Hello. In this brief video, we will walk through the steps of scheduling a Zoom meeting session for your course in eClass. At this point, you should have already added the Zoom tool to your eClass site and are able to see the Zoom screen displayed in this video. When you navigate into this page within your course site, you will be presented with a list of all of the course meetings you have already scheduled. You can add meetings to this list by clicking the button Schedule a New Meeting. On the following page, you will enter the details of your new Zoom meeting. Begin by typing in a topic name for the Zoom meeting. This will be the title displayed on the meeting list in eClass. By default, Zoom will automatically fill this in with the course code and title. I will keep it for this example, as if I was planning for a class session where I cannot make it to the classroom for some reason. Next, enter the time when this meeting will be taking place. Start by selecting the date of the meeting, either by typing it in or using the calendar tool to select a date. Then enter the time of day, either by selecting something from the drop-down menu or by typing in the time of day if it doesn't appear on your list. Please be sure to include the colon sign, otherwise Zoom will not accept the time as it's entered. Next, select how long you expect the meeting to last. Keep in mind that Zoom will not lock you out of the meeting after the duration is exceeded. This is just for the expected scheduling of the meeting. Next, you can select whether or not this will be a recurring meeting. Since this is intended to be a one-off meeting, I will skip this step and instead address it in a separate video. By default, Zoom will insert a random passcode for security purposes. This can be modified if you wish, but there is no need to make note of the passcode at all. Students and faculty will be able to join the meeting without a passcode if they have joined through eClass. You can also choose whether or not a waiting room will be appropriate, depending on your preferences. Sometimes I prefer to keep a waiting room, especially if I'm using Zoom for office hours, but for a standard class session I might turn it off to reduce interruptions. Next, you can choose whether or not the hosts and participants will be prompted to turn on their video at the start of the meeting. I plan to record this session, so I'll select that all video will be turned off initially, so that students can decide whether or not they want their face to be captured in this private recording. Next, you can also choose which audio devices can be used for a microphone or to listen in. It is often better to include all options by default, so that there's multiple avenues of access in case of technical issues. Lastly, there are some meeting options, such as whether you will allow students to join the meeting before a teacher has signed in, whether participants should be muted at first, whether you want to use your personal meeting ID. I will keep this off to maintain a separate set of meetings, and whether or not you want this meeting to be recorded automatically, either on your local computer or in the cloud. If you choose on the cloud, the meeting recording will be available to everyone via the eClass Zoom tool. For more information about that, please see our separate video on managing your Zoom recordings in eClass. As one final option, you can add alternative hosts for the Zoom meeting, if there's a co-teacher or co-professional that will also be leading the meeting. If so, simply enter the email address for that alternative host. After selecting your preferred settings, you can then click the Save button to finalize your selections. After this is done, your new Zoom meeting will be added to the Zoom meeting list for your course.